Hi everyone, this is Jelly with the Garden of Cats and Dogs, and I just wanted to put out a video today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing a plant spotlight of the week this week. I had actually originally started a video building a 3-shelf hyper tough rack for my aquarium to be moved into my room, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and my roommate started yelling at me because I was trying to use our sledgehammer to push the shelves into place, and unfortunately I had to just order a rubber mallet, so I haven't been able to finish the shelves, so that won't be a part of this video today. And this little cutie pie in my lap is Morty. Morty is my orange cat. He is, or will be, 3 years old on May 5th, 2016. I just chose May 5th. The vet said he was born the first week of May. He came home with me on June 29th of 2017. No, yeah, you were born in 2017. He was born in May of 2017 and came home with me in June of 2017, and he has been with me ever since. He is a giant, beautiful love bug. I don't know if you can hear him purring on the camera. What do you guys think about my new background for my intro and my outro videos? I'd love to know. This probably isn't going to be a very long video, but I do have some exciting news. I will have some aquatic plant and regular plant, houseplant unboxing videos going out next week. I ordered 2 more aquatic plants for my aquarium, and then I ordered a couple of houseplants. Since I do know you guys like the unboxings so much, I just decided to go ahead and do that. And I enjoy unboxing. They're always fun. I'll also probably be doing some repotting videos for you guys on like arrowheads, philodendron, possibly pothos, because one of my pothos does need to be repotted. My little pearls and jade pothos, which you would be able to see if you have seen my plant spotlight of the week video from last week on Sunday for my pothos video. She is actually in need of some new soil. I also might be repotting my croto and croton. I actually have a new one of those, and they both need to be repotted. My original one is just so large, the roots are coming out of the bottom of the soil, and I'm honestly terrified to repot because I've killed every one that I have, and I'm just terrified repotting it's going to kill it. Just, you know, putting that out there. Man, this video is not going to be long at all. So yeah, some updates on the aquarium. The Amazon sword I placed in the video, I'll link it down below, when I reset up the tank and put in the, I don't think I've videoed putting in the Amazon sword. I might have, but I know I did changing the substrate out and like putting the driftwood and all that quartz piece back in. The Amazon sword I did put in the aquarium, which I've showed pictures and videos of it in different videos. The Amazon sword is actually doubled in size. It's actually growing instead of melting, which is really exciting because I don't know if most of you know, but when I originally did my planted beta tank, when Phantom was here before Phantom passed away, all of the plants I bought melted. Which I was expecting because that's normal when you have a planted aquarium and you take plants from one type of environment and put them into a new environment, whether they're grown submerged or emerged. Emerged meaning they're grown in like a little greenhouse and they're constantly kept wet. Whereas submerged, they would be grown in an aquarium. Now, I was promised by this seller that they were grown submerged. The plants arrived completely dry, no water in the package, like not even condensation in the package from the plants being wet. Another issue I had with the seller is that they forgot a plant that I ordered and then tried to claim that eBay didn't tell them that I ordered 2 of the same plant, even though I pulled up my order, sent them a screenshot multiple times showing like, hey, even eBay is showing me I purchased 2. And then I later found out one of the plants I ordered from them, they didn't even send me the correct plant. I had ordered a Windlove Java Fern, and they just sent me a regular plain old Java Fern. So I'm not sure if it was just because this person wasn't a very, like, just didn't care. They also shipped it when it was below 30 degrees in my area without a heat pack and didn't give me an option to buy a heat pack. So that's partially my fault for buying them online and not realizing that they weren't going to come with a heat pack. But all of those plants died. Every single one of them rotted away. I don't know if it was the cold or the fact that I had so much sand, because I recently learned that sand, if you have too much sand in your tank, can actually suffocate the roots of plants, even though sand is a substrate recommended. And so that's why I went ahead, on top of the fact that my sand was a tan color and the Secam root tabs are black, so when they break down, they actually turn your substrate black. So if you don't already have a dark substrate or a black substrate, it's going to turn it into an ugly color. In my case, my tan sand turned into this like ugly half gray, half tan sand. Because the bottom part was where the root tabs were breaking down and the top part was untouched, and I tried mixing it and stuff like that, because it is recommended when you have sand to poke holes in the sand every once in a while. I did it every water change, so once a week I'd take my turkey baster and I'd literally just shove my turkey baster in, just in case, because sand can build up gas bubbles. So that's what I did, but even doing that, it didn't mix it up very well. And then my sand smelled really bad from like all the plants dying in the sand. So that was another reason I decided to change my substrate. And on top of it, I really wanted to plant a tank, and I wanted to start out right. I wanted to use Fluval, not fluorite, it's basically a planted tank substrate that Fluval does, but I was doing some research into it, and since I have a very low acidic pH, my pH actually sits at 6.0. I'm currently trying to adjust that with salty shrimp minerals, which raises your GH and KH. I'm working on fixing the pH in my GH and KH, because my GH and my KH are both very low. I have very soft and very acidic water, which isn't good for a lot of shrimps. I mean, betas can tolerate and actually do live in very acidic water in the wild, from my understanding. They don't have very high pHs. That's why it's not really recommended to keep them in a pH over neutral, which is 7.0. But just because I want to keep other stuff, like I've been looking into getting a group or getting a individual bumblebee gobia, Brachygobius exo, whatever, and that the Brachygobius exo is the one that is found more commonly in fresh water than brackish water, so they will live their entire lives in fresh water, because some of the Brachygobius species can only live in brackish water. And since I'm not comfortable doing brackish water, I specifically wanted a species that was, the parents were caught in fresh water and then the babies were raised and bred in fresh water. Which is the species I'm looking at, and I found somewhere that does sell them. They just don't have any currently available. And in my 5-gallon, I've talked to quite a few people that keep them. They've said in my 5-gallon I could easily keep a group if I just kept a species only tank. But since I do want to get a beta again, I was thinking about just getting one. And since it would live in the bottom part of the tank, whereas betas live in the top to mid part of the tank, it would be okay, especially if I introduce the bumblebee goby first and then introduce the beta. So that's another thing. I've also been looking into shrimp, which is why I want to raise my GH and KH, because even if I keep crystal reds or CSRs, they still require a higher GH than I have. My KH is okay. I really want to keep Neocardia, just because I want blue velvet Neocardia or black. They're solid black. I don't remember the actual variety name, but they're solid black Neocardia, and I really want to keep those two species. I know I've talked about my 10-gallon. When I set my 10-gallon up, I'm actually completely separating each side of my 10-gallon. I'm using Lexan to make it where basically no water flow can flow in between either side, so I can actually have two different kinds or two different colors of the same kind of shrimp. So if I wanted to keep Neocardia, I could have like orange shrimp on one side and blue shrimp on the other, and then have fish. And now I know some people don't recommend to keep fish with shrimp, and I understand why. It's because a lot of fish will eat your shrimp, and honestly, that's kind of a thing I'm willing to take. It's not like I'm buying very expensive Neocardia. I just really enjoy shrimp, and I already am well aware of the risk of keeping shrimp with fish. So if you want a shrimp only tank and don't want to witness your shrimp getting murdered or the fry being eaten, I highly don't recommend keeping fish and shrimp together. Another thing I'm looking at is the reason I want to reuse my GH and KH is because I do want to keep snails. I had tried in the past, but due to my GH and KH being so low, they unfortunately started to have shell issues and would pass away. even with calcium available, my GH and KH was just way too low for snails. I do want to keep like nerets, not really mystery snails, just because mystery snails get so large and they do have a much heavier bio load than nerets. So I either want to keep nerets or rabbit snails. So those, it's kind of, I guess, the update on what's going on in my life with the tanks and everything going on. I don't know when I'm going to be getting a beta. My tank is officially cycled. Just with everything going on right now, I'm not really comfortable having a fish shipped to me. I've also never done shipping of live animals like that, which is why I usually prefer to go to like a local pet store or find a local breeder I can buy from, or like I have a 2.5 hours away from me, there is a rescue that rescues beta specifically from either people that bought the fish and didn't know what they were doing and then just basically posted it on Craigslist or Facebook, like, free, come get this fish before I kill it type deal, or they have a deal with their local Petco when a fish is left for a very long time or starts going downhill, that they are allowed to adopt them out and then rehabilitate them, and they adopt them out at no cost, other than paying shipping if you don't want to drive. So that's what I'm looking at. So yeah. Anyways, so thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and for those of you that have watched till the end, I really appreciate it, because it tells YouTube's algorithm that you really like this video, and they will suggest it to other people and suggest my channel to other people, which helps me build more subscribers. Thank you. Have a great day.